Hey everyone, how's it going? Hey! Well. What can I say? I get shit done. I get it done. Yep. I do. You'll have to excuse me if I'm a little smug today. I did partake in some hookah before this stream. So I'm a little bit high right now. I don't partake in this kind of a thing very often, but I had to. The occasion called for it. I don't agree with weed. I'm not. It has had a little bit of cannabis in it, but cannabis is not weed. Weed is not. It's a completely different thing. Weed is a hard drug. I am a little high. Just going to put that out there right now. So if I seem a little off, that's why. But I'm not a drug addict. This is like a once in a 5 year thing. Like not even once in a blue moon. It's like rarer than that. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm a little bit high. First time in like 4 years, 3 or 4 years. If I do get high, it's on something more safer for me than weed. I don't smoke weed. I only drink beer once in a blue moon, and I will partake in mushrooms every like so often. Yeah, I'll microdose. So like tiny. I have them in little things. In Minecraft, of course, I'm joking for the YouTube censors. But anyway, I wanted to take. The reason I'm high is because I'm celebrating. Winning. I'm fucking winning. What can I say? I'm celebrating. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I win. That's what I do. I'm celebrating because I won. I won. Finally. I won. I beat Trump. I fucking beat Trump. Yes. I beat Trump. I will say he caved a lot faster than I thought he would. I gotta give the man credit. He's a stubborn son of a bitch. But, what can I say? The Gingers win this one. Instead of Ginger, call me Winger, because I win, bitch. I win. I protested this government lockdown. I was on day 3 of my protest. Nothing was changing. Only when I started my protest did something happen. This is my happy song. I like to sing it all day long. I'll teach my friend Elizabeth, the words. Then you can sing fuck off along. With the Sydney Sweeney bullshit. My friend, by the way, she is a racist, just so we're clear. So can you keep her off of my screen? Don't kill my fucking vibe, okay? I'm feeling too good right now. And I don't want to, I want to smile and I want to be happy. I want to keep things light because I earned this. This belongs to me. This is mine. That's all. What does that even mean? Titanium, shut up. I won this. I did. Trump and the end of the shutdown was nowhere in sight. People were looking. Democrats, even Republicans were looking. Nowhere to be found. There was no end in sight to the government shutdown. It was only when I started my protest several days. It was I'll always remember this as the 72-hour war. against Trump. And guess what, baby? I won! So you're going to have to pardon me if I'm a little smug tonight, if I'm a little bit off. Like I said, I took, you know, I partook in some celebratory herbs. Probably why my eyes are a little bit off. Well, not off, but anyway. So I'm chilling. I can't believe I won. I'm not gonna lie. I knew I'd win. I knew eventually he would cave to me. I knew Trump would cave to me eventually, but I didn't think it would be that quick. You know, 3 days is like not that long, really. I mean, really, it's not that long. It's a weekend. It's a long weekend. You know, I've had contacts with people at the Human Rights the HRC Human Rights Campaign. I have emails from them, recent, relatively, and you know, because of me, 42 million people are now going to get food. I can say in a roundabout way that I'm feeding 42 million people come December. You're going to eat because of me. I fed you. I mean, I am like awesome, dude. I'm awesome. I legit love me. Like, I thought about it and I was like, everyone must really fucking adore me. Like, I mean, obviously not everyone. You're gonna have assholes who are like anti-EBT, anti-SNAP. They should change the name to Jim.
Cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch on their knees wanting to suck cowboy cock.
I'm legitimately fucking... I am so fucking excited about this. I can't believe I won that fast. There's no act here. Brass Buzz. Bro, let's keep the winning streak alive. Please rate 1 out of 10. What does this mean?
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt.
2 days ago? I don't know what this is. Winky Dinks. Hold on, shut up for a second. I need to see what this is.
She's my cherry pie. Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt.
Okay, now I'm in a bad mood. Now I'm in a bad fucking mood! Cause of brass! Because of brass! Okay. Streamlabs.com/CopperCab is now turned off. I'm not doing a fucking warning. No, I'll do... Okay. Alright, no. That's not fair to, like, my actual supporters. I'll give you 3 chances, okay, to turn it around. Let's keep things chill, all right? Let's keep things good, okay, because I'm good. Winky Dinks, you fed 42 million with the sweet milk from your... Okay, I don't have teats. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't have teats. I have chesticles. That's what you call men's chests. I have chesticles, dumbass. Why is that playing on my fucking channel? Anyway. Damn, she's got a huge tit. What the fuck? Sorry. Yeah, anyway. Busy. Put my headset back on. Please don't jump scare me with the bot or some dumb shit. Anyway, I don't mind if you listen, obviously I don't mind if you donate. I mean, I appreciate that if anything. But just don't be disrespectful or be rude, okay? Let's just keep things civil and adult, polite. Thank you. Yeah, so you're welcome. To put it simply, you're welcome for if you're someone who's ever relied on EBT or SNAP benefits from the government, and you've been upset. If you're a government employee, if you're a veteran, a military veteran, or someone who works for all that. I just want to tell you, you're welcome. You can thank me at any point. You can thank me for my service. You know, I, in a weird way, I'm kind of like a veteran now. I mean, I'm not a veteran, obviously, but like in a weird way, I'm like, you know, like I fought a war. I feel like I fought a war. I mean, I know it's not like a literal war, but 3 days, like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? 3 days, I was in there. I was in the trenches. I was, you know, pulling tooth and nail. I mean, I was in there. You know, like Sinclair. I was killing it. I locked the fuck in and I got that shit done. I forced Trump's hand, and I did what he always says he does to women. I grabbed him by the pussy. I grabbed Donald Trump by his, you know, spray tanned pussy. You know, his orange spray tanned pussy, and I gripped it. And it was like fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a firm grip on that shit. I was like an NFL receiver, you know, catching that dime. Like, whop. You know, that fucking.
Hey, fatty boom boom. Sweet sugar dumpling.
I'm the shit. What can I say? Okay,
hey,
no.
fatty boom boom.
Okay, Cameron, can you please change the fucking. Okay, change the GIF, please. I'm not.
Copper is going to play the role for the Ginger Pinocchio.
Okay.
What a silly Ranga talking out his a.
Okay, so
he must
this
be up
is
in the
annoying
clouds
me now.
tonight.
So
Cowboys in the showers at
now I'm
Ram
getting a little
Ranch on their
annoyed.
knees
Okay,
wanting
so
to
that's
suck
your
cowboy
first, okay,
cock.
Excuse me, that's your first strike, Mr. Moo. That is the entire class. That's your first strike. Okay?
Cowboys in the
Let's not
showers at
start
Ram
tonight.
Ranch on their knees wanting to suck cowboy cock.
Okay, so you're skirting the line now. Okay? What you're doing is you're skirting the line with me. Okay? Let's keep things nice. I am in a weird way, I'm a veteran. Okay? Don't insult me. Don't disrespect me. I mean, I'm obviously not like a military veteran, but I'm a veteran. I am a veteran. I fought in a war. I saved 42 million lives. I know many of you probably think I'm joking or doing a bit. I'm not. Okay, did I single-handedly save 42 million people? Obviously not, okay? People had to vote for it. Democrats, Republicans in Congress had to vote, and they got it. You know, they got the government shutdown ended. But listen, it wasn't them solely who did it. I pushed Trump. I pushed and pushed and pushed for 3 days straight to get that shutdown ended. And it happened. It happened. And I'm going to take some credit. Unironically. I'm not doing it for a bit or a troll or a joke.
It's
I'm being for real.
Aubrey.
This is my shit. And if you are someone who is on EBT, you are officially welcome. Thank you very much for the praise
This is my
and the love.
happy song.
I deserve
I like to sing it all day long. I'll teach you the words, then you can sing
Okay,
along.
no, I'm not committing stolen valor. As I said, I am not a military veteran. However, I am a veteran. Okay? I'm a RuneScape veteran. I'm a VR, I'm a virtual reality veteran. 2014, I got
Copper's
my first
continuous
headset.
winning is
I still
proof
have
that
it.
he is ready
Okay.
for the throne of
I am
heaven.
talking!
He's leading the way to a new country, a new vision, a Copper vision.
Okay. Moo. Shut the fuck. Okay, Lancer and Moo. Shut the fuck. That's your second and third strike.
I dare you
Second
to
and third
give
strike.
me another
Okay,
strike.
here's
You
what we're
won't
gonna do.
it. You are a delusional ginga. But
Here's
you're
what
my
we're gonna
ginga.
do. If you
Do a
guys cannot
dance and
continue,
celebrate
listen to
Daddy.
me. No. I think we're having a misunderstanding. Okay. I've said this like a billion times. Okay. I'm gonna say this calmly. I am the boss. Okay. Lancer Bond. Okay? Oh wait, hold on now. I am so sorry. Never mind. There are 2 strikes, not 3. We are cool. I was about to punish you guys. Never mind. Oh wait, nope. Okay. What is
Good
this
evening, all. Unfortunately,
No one cares
Photo
about
Joe
Joe
is no
here.
longer on
Nobody
YouTube to some
fucking
stuff that
cares
I'd
about
rather
Photo
not get
Joe.
into here out of
Devin,
respect for
we're
his
not
privacy.
talking about...
On the bright side, you
Okay.
don't need a Streamlabs
Photo
account
Joe
to
is a
abuse the
bitch.
bot.
We're not
Just
talking
have a
about
PayPal
Joe.
credit
I don't
card.
want to... I'm gonna... Okay, Okay, I got a new anger management therapist. I promised them I'm not gonna lose my cool. I'm using them strategically. I almost said the gender. I'm keeping things all private. I learned my lesson from before with Sharon. I have a new AMT. That's anger. If you're a fucking moron, AMT means anger management therapist. I have a new AMT. I am keeping things chill. I am not saying their gender. I am not saying him or her. I am using them, gender neutral terms. I promised them that I would try to not get myself worked up. I am working on this. I am also slightly high on hookah, okay? So I would appreciate it if you would shut up. Don't interrupt me. I am the boss, okay? Okay, so like when you go to school, you answer to your teacher, the principal, the administrator, your headmaster if you're English, okay? When you go to work, you answer to your boss, your employer, okay, your district manager. When you are, at home, you answer to your parents or your wife or your husband or whatever, okay? Everywhere you go, there is a boss. And here, I am the boss, understand? So, Dustin, do not gift rotten eggs as much as I appreciate the channel support. Obviously, that's nice at face value. You're doing it to piss me off. Because I know you, Dustin. And I know you, Saint. You're not a saint, Devin. Shut up.
You're a fucking cunt.
I'm not playing the fucking video. Shut the fuck up, Browse. I want to read this comment from Lancer Bond. He used the bot. He did it respectfully, though, and I was too blindsided in my anger. Not blindsided, but I was too frustrated to listen, and I apologize. Lancer Bond donated 10. Thank you very much. It's very generous. They said Copper's continuous winning is proof that he is ready for the throne of Redland. He's leading the way to a new country, a new vision, a copper vision. I have to give it up. Well, not give it up, but I have to applaud. I have to applaud. In fact, that gets two. That gets two. As a matter of fact. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I will never be the king of Redland because I'm not a king of Redland. I'm the prince. Redland will not be large enough, at least starting out, to be a kingdom. It will not be a kingdom. However, it will be, and I do mean this quite literally, a principality of the United Kingdom overall. I will be technically a royal, as I kind of already am one. What does it mean to be royal anyway? What does it mean? What deems a family royal? What makes you a part of the aristocracy? What makes you exalted? I am objectively a legend of internet culture, but also of ginger people, a part of redheaded, ginger culture, if you will. I am the icon of internet culture for redheads, specifically for gingers. That term especially. If you Google ginger, I'm the first thing that pops up on anything, on Discord GIFs, emojis, YouTube, of course the meme. I'm the face of redheads. So in a sense, I am a king. A metaphorical king.
It's pork o'clock, Aubrey!
So in a sense, I already am somewhat of a king, metaphorically speaking. I'm the king of gingers. Like Trump is kind of, people call him an emperor, king, or whatever. You know, king of America. People say that. Like the Trumps are a royal family of America. Let me tell you, they are not. I will have a literal state, though. I have been working in the shadows on some things, and I may or may not have a few operatives overseas. Yes, in the United Kingdom. I will not say anything more than that, and let's just leave it there. For another time, perhaps. I do a lot of things when I'm not streaming you have no idea about. Dustin6097 said, if I donate 10 on a super chat, does it read it out loud? Like, does it do the text-to-speech thing where you hear in your headphones? No, it does not. And I like it that way. I like it that way. I don't mind reading the comments if you super chat it, and I appreciate super chats. Namely, because they don't annoy me as much as the Streamlabs.com/CopperCab. That shit kind of... I know it sounds ungrateful and rude to say I get annoyed by donating. It's not me baiting people to fucking donate. I've never said that, but to be clear here, let me just be blunt. Of course I appreciate donations. I just don't appreciate disrespect. I've said that like a million times. Almost word for word verbatim. People, I mean, if you're not new here, you've heard me say that. I'm not even going to say drop on one of you. I mean, I know you have. You've heard me say it a million times. But that being said, it's not that I don't appreciate it. I just don't appreciate the disrespect, okay? And the constant interruptions. And, saying things like something about Aubrey sexually. That is my wife. You can, have your little fucking jokes and all that. Sure. I've never said that I'm going to censor you, okay? I'm not out to get you. I'm not like Photo Joe who censors people over jokes. I get that we have senses of humor. I have a sense of humor. I can laugh, and I've laughed at myself before. My dating profiles are jokes. I have always said that, obviously. But 95% of my other videos are all legitimate, me being totally fucking serious. Of course I make it a joke every now and then, but, I don't take myself that fucking seriously. But, I do when I'm trying to teach a class, and when I am trying to help society move forward and progressive, and be more woke in a good way. People try to take the word woke and turn it into a bad word. It's not a bad word. I will not let you do to woke what you did to feminism. I will not let you do to woke what you did to social justice warriors, and you made it this term that the youth are like, I'm not social justice, I'm not fucking a feminist. Now they're saying, I'm not woke, I want to be based. No, based means you're a fucking moron, okay? You watch Andrew Tate, that fucking dweeb, hawked up on steroids. Oh, look at me, my daddy's a chess player. My mommy, my dada. I can kickbox. I can throw my legs around. He's a fucking bitch. I would beat the fucking piss out of Andrew Tate in a boxing match, just like I did to Gavin McInnes. In fact, I think if I was Andy, I'll call him. I think if I fought Andrew Tate, I would kick his ass. No question. It would be like 2 hits. You got Gapin McCanus, and you got Andy Taint. Anal Taint. Okay? You got Gapin McCanus, and you got Anal Taint. And I'd kick his ass just like I did Gavin. Or, sorry, Gapin McCanus. But anyway. Moving on. I won. Just like I won against Gavin. Just like I won against the class clowns. And I never had to censor the class clowns. I silenced them with my intelligence. I made the class clowns stop interrupting me constantly. I made them do this with my words, with my intellect. I convinced them that they needed to hear what I had to say finally. And they learned to shut the fuck up. A lot of them have. And I'm appreciative. I'm not going to say I'm thankful, because I deserve it. But I'm appreciative that they finally fucking listened. I'm not an ingrate. I was raised by Meemaw. Rest in peace to Meemaw. God bless you. You know, I was raised by a wonderful woman and a wonderful mom and dad as well. Dysfunctional, yes. Loving, absolutely. Absolutely. My mom, God bless her. She raised horses. She worked on a ranch with 150 heads of horses, or I think more than that. 150 acres, you know. And it was 150 acres of land. They had a trail. And my mom, she worked with horses. And I remember being young. I was in the stalls, the horse stalls, shoveling manure. Y'all don't know about any of this. This is deep lore. Long time before I was CopperCab, I was Michael. And I was a little redheaded boy, and I was shoveling shit, horse shit, out of stalls, basically to earn my horse, Tonto. I've had 2 or 3 horses in my life. So I know what hard work is like, okay? And I knew what hard work was at a young age. I know, look, I'm not an ingrate, okay? Of course I appreciate donations. I just don't appreciate the disrespect, okay? I just don't appreciate the disrespect. You dumb motherfuckers need to understand I'm smarter than you, point blank. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You can become smarter. Not smarter than me, but you can become smarter than you are right now, currently. And the way you can do that is by, of course, listening to yours truly. CopperCab, okay? I have a lot of, I'm young. I'm a zillennial, not millennial, a zillennial. I was born at the tail end of the millennial generation, along with my wife. And so I connect with the Zoomers more really than I connect with like older millennials. You know, I mean, I know what pogs are. I watched Rocket Power, but you know, I grew up on Adult Swim. You know what I mean? Adult Swim bumps. It kind of influenced my kind of taste in like making music, like lo-fi R&B type stuff. Of course, you have Joji, but I like that stuff long before Joji. Before I listen to Joji.
You're a fucking cunt.
Okay, McFart. It is not a Friday. I don't know why you're sending me a video link. It's not a Friday, okay? But no, I'm not out to censor, to kind of change subject here. I'm not out to censor any of you. I just don't want disrespect. Joe, I'll touch on this. I will say, I know he's watching right now. I will touch on the Photo Joe subject briefly here, okay? What Photo Joe did was wrong. Plain and simple. It was wrong. That's not how you handle something like that. What was done in the Discord server was clearly a joke. It was obviously a joke. If Cameron Walker was going to make any kind of website about Joe, obviously I would have stopped it. I had had many conversations with Cameron Walker in private. Legitimately, I can screenshot. And if he gave me the permission to screenshot our DMs, I would post them. You can see the dates and everything. I'd even go on Discord right now, or I'd show it on screen share on my stream. I had many conversations with Cameron Walker about never
Shut the fuck up.
Never
You're a
doxing Joe.
fucking cunt.
I've had many conversations with many people about not doxing, because I am a public figure, as you all know. And I've had highs and lows of relevancy, as every public figure does. And throughout those highs and lows of fame, if you will, if you want to call it that, who even knows? Like, fame is so weird. It's so abstract, but whatever. Fame. I've had people dox me before. Okay, I've had my homes, my 597 Grayson Parkway, Grayson, Georgia, 30017. There's a reason why I can say that out loud like that. It's because it's been doxed to oblivion. When I first got doxed back in, I don't even know how many years ago, I had people sending U-Hauls to my house. Okay, I'm talking. I had people sending, I'm talking. Shut the fuck up, Turbo. New sound, new sounds, what are you talking about? Anyway, I had people doxing me, sending U-Hauls by like the squadron, like 3-4 U-Hauls at my house at a time, putting my house address on. Back in the day there was a thing called Craigslist. I don't know if it's still around. I never used it, but anyway, it always seemed very seedy to me. Ugh. they would put my address, 597 Grayson Parkway. They would put it on Craigslist and would say, bring a U-Haul, massive free stuff, estate sale giveaway, giving away everything. You know, I mean, I remember these. 4chan got a hold of my address. I was super, super relevant, super famous. And as I'm an iconic figure, but like, at the time it was like my channel was piping hot. I post a new video, you get like 1 million views within a week easily, back when that was a shit ton. And I had a bunch of people, literally sending U-Hauls for like weeks to my house. I had EMT show up. I did get not swatted, but I had police show up to my house. Not a SWAT team. Fortunately, that never happened. But I had gotten emails. Maybe I can even find one in my Gmail if I search something. I mean, it would be like fucking 15 years old now, but I got death threats in my email from people. It would say it would have my address. I remember this. I would have my address in it, and it would say, you better not sleep tonight, I'm coming, or some shit like that. I would get tons of emails like that. So I have a lot of scar tissue from doxing and that kind of a culture, or whatever you want to call it. So the doxing stuff doesn't bother me as much these days. Do I get irritated by it? Yes, because I'm married now, and Aubrey doesn't deserve that. I know that some of this unfortunately comes with the territory of being someone who is well known online, and also someone who has a lot of trolls in their audience. All of you. Not saying that any of you are pieces of shit doxers or anything, but your ilk, like as in trolls and class clowns and stuff. So I'm not as, I have a lot of self-awareness, more than you might understand or realize that I do. I get that comes with the territory that I inhabit, the space that I inhabit. I understand that, even though I shouldn't have to deal with that, because no one should. And I'll let that lead into my next point. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong to dox people, to invade someone's privacy that way, to infringe upon that. I feel like people have a right to privacy. I think that we have enough of an issue with, government overreach and private companies, the private sector, big tech companies, Facebook, companies like that, Zuckerberg's, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, all that. I mean, they're collecting all of our data. We really have no privacy these days with big companies like that. And so I value anonymity. I've never given Gravity or Lion, and you can ask them yourself, in my Discord server. They're obviously people who are widely hated in my community. I still let them be in the server because I try to have it be a melting pot of people and ideas. No one can deny that reality. I've always been very welcoming to all kinds of people, even Trump supporters. I've never given them shit for being anonymous. I've never given Lion shit for never going on a microphone. I've never given Gravity any shit for not showing his face or going on the microphone. Back in the day, it was not the weird thing to be anonymous. Now it is. Now it's weird to be anonymous. Now it's weird to not have your full fucking name out there. Everyone's got a fucking soapbox they're standing on. Everyone thinks that their opinions really matter because of social media. You all think that you're a celebrity in some weird way. Andy Warhol was right. Everyone does get... The whole 15 minutes of fame quote was very prophetic. Everyone thinks that their opinion means so much to the whole world, and they need to share every idea and thought that they have on Twitter and Facebook. So, but back in the day, it was more anonymous. You had a handle, CopperCab. You didn't go by Michael Cottrell. You didn't go by Ben Shapiro, Nick Fuentes. You had your handle, and that was it. And you didn't put your face on there. You put a picture, like a game character or some shit. So anyway, enough. I'm not that fucking old. Obviously, I'm not really old at all. I'm a zillennial, but I still remember that time period. I value privacy. And if anything was going to happen with the whole Cameron Walker Photo Joe situation, with the doxing thing, I would have stopped it immediately. And I had already made measures to stop it in its tracks, because I don't feel like anyone in my community should be worried about getting doxed. Yeah. Because it just does no good. It does the community no good. It's just harmful. It's just destructive. It's not productive. It's not funny. No good memes come out of it. Copperverse, clashes with Joe versus Cameron Walker. Those are funny. Cameron Walker making a website doxing Joe is unfunny. It's doesn't, because it's not going to lead to anything, funny. It's just mean and stupid. So I would have stopped it. Obviously, I don't control what people do outside of the server. If you or someone to make a website, it's not my jurisdiction. However, I can ban you from my Discord server and punish you in that way. Because I'm not going to have witch hunts. I'm not going to have people in my community making websites about people, doxing them, and then really promoting it on my server. I'm not going to tolerate that, and I shouldn't. It would be irresponsible of me as an admin, and a server owner, and someone who's trying to run a legitimately fun community. Eccentric, sure, but wholesome in a way as well. That's not wholesome. It's not good. It's not, it's not healthy for a good community. Even if it's eccentric, it's just bad. And so anyway, Joe crashed out, took some obvious jokes in the chats seriously, reported my account. I don't even know why. Reported Turbo's account, reported Cameron Walker's account, reported a whole bunch of people. Started getting people's accounts on Discord muted for, strikes that last for years now. I've never had a strike on my Discord account. Never. And I know me saying this is probably going to make some autistic people, and I say autistic not to be ableist. I love autistic people. I love the autism community. A lot of autistic people are furries in VR chat, and they are some of the most creative people I've ever met. And kindest. I did get robbed of a Film Jam trophy, but I'm past that. I really am. It's a great memory to have nonetheless, and I'm glad that we made that movie. But it was a cool learning experience and a creative exercise. But I'm not, I was mad at furries for a little bit there, but it was kind of more of a meme. I'm not hateful. I don't have hate in my heart. But I'm past that fully, and I've met a lot of really cool furries and a lot of cool autistic people on VR chat, and they're super fucking cool. I've added a lot of them. Even today, I added 3 people I met in a fishing world. Bugle was there, actually, and they were sticking up for me. There was a guy harassing one of my friends who's a girl, Tane, and they were being sexual and then harassing, sexual harassment to her. And the 2 guys who were clearly, on the spectrum, and I don't mean that in a rude way, they were sticking up for her, and they were sticking up for me, because the guy started being he was harassing me as well. I said she was my little sister, leave her alone, blah, blah, blah. I was just saying, making up shit. She's not my family, but she's a good friend. And they started, harassing me as well, and these guys have my back. I didn't even know them. So I don't mean any disrespect when I bring up the autism thing. But anyway, I'm going to say that to say Joe was having an autistic meltdown. Let's call a spade. He was having an autistic meltdown. He was spiraling. And he took obvious jokes, clear jokes, obvious sarcasm. To me, it's obvious. But to him, and the way his brain works, it might not be obvious. He can't read the same social cues, or pick up on the same nuanced things. Perhaps. I'm not him. I don't know his brain. But it clearly, by the way he acted, you can deduce from the actions that he took, he was not picking up on it. And he reported my account. I've never had a single strike on my account before. And now I have one. It's just a warning, and that's all it is. There's no issue. I'm not really worried about it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I've been on Discord for a decade, and I've never had a single issue. And I've actually known Discord employees even. I was a Discord partner, one of the actual first Discord partners when they first rolled that whole program out. I got a special jacket I still have at home. And I made a video with it called something about, look up CopperCab Discord on YouTube, or Discord server, and you'll see the video. It's like an older video. Didn't get that many hits, but I didn't care. I thought it was cool. They sent me a really cool hoodie, and it was Discord partner, and it was like the year and all that. I still have that at home. So I'm like a Discord veteran, and I've never had issues until, of course, Photo Joe reported an obvious joke. He also got Turbo123, a fat racist piece of shit moron, Sure. But also he can be wholesome as well. And again, we try to have a space for people with different kinds of ideas, and not everyone has to be like-minded. That's a boring. This isn't fucking Squidville, okay? If you want to live in Squidville, go to fucking Squidville. This is the CopperCab server, okay? If you want to go live in a fucking echo chamber where everyone thinks the same and agrees, cool, that's fine. And you know what? There's benefits of having spaces where everyone gets along and agrees. That's cool. You can go and commune with your brothers and sisters, your ideological brother. That's fine. That's called having a club, a fandom. Go to the Joji server if you love Joji music. Everyone there loves Joji music. You can get along on that. Might not agree politically on everything, but you can like that music. Well, the CopperCab server is a place that is totally scattered. There is no, other than CopperCab, and that's why you join the server. It's not a fandom of like a music artist, or this is for Republicans only, or Democrats only. It is truly a melting pot. So I try to have a cool, fun place that's eccentric, maybe a little chaotic, not really toxic. Morons who, again, don't pick up on cues like, oh, it's toxic. No, you're just very sensitive. I'm sorry your mommy and daddy raised a pussy. I'm not really sorry. Go fucking grow a backbone, you little bitch. Anyway, and there's nothing wrong with having feelings, but if you're gonna cry about it, then just leave the fucking server. You know what I mean? It's not a toxic place. And not everyone's always mean to each other. It's just jokes. Maybe you've never been in a locker room. Maybe you haven't had a group of guy friends give you shit but then if anyone insulted you that they didn't know, they would literally go and try to fight them. It's just like brothers. Like you don't. And I'm an only child, okay? I have a half sister, not Aubrey. It's a different person. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. But like I'm just saying like. I'm basically an only child. Like I didn't grow up with brothers. My brothers were my best friends. Cameron Nahas, my brother in England, who I lived with for 4 months. He is like my brother. Tyler, who I grew up with, my brother, my best man at my wedding. These are like my brothers. So, and I cherish them. So anyway, that being said, I'm very disappointed in Photo Joe. I know I've been rambling about this for a minute, but I wanted to just kind of clear the air here and like express my feelings on this because I haven't really had the chance to. I'm not like mad at Joe for reporting what he did, but I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Joe because I thought that he was smarter than that. I'm not even kidding. I legitimately am disappointed in him. He will not be welcome back. I'm being serious. I have to make an example out of him. And he deserves to be made an example out of. He will never be welcomed back in the server. Ever. You are an idiot! I will never want to. I will very likely never speak to him again. Because I just don't see the point. He went from being funny to me, kind of like Dr. Bob, to just boring and kind of cringe and a problem. He became a problem. So, yeah, he disappointed me. He let me down. And, like, the strike will go away in a year. It's a warning on my account. It's not a big deal. It's just the idea that because you got triggered over something, you would try to ultimately threaten the entire community and the server. And in a roundabout way, hurt my wife as well, Aubrey. The community also kind of belongs to Aubrey and Cameron and myself. Like, there's three of us, really, that kind of run the Copperverse as a whole, even though I'm like the I'm the final boss of the Copperverse, not to be cringe, but like Aubrey and Cameron are a big part of it as well. And if you damage my account or you try to, it's just like it's not a good thing to do. I don't ever try to go out of my way to hurt anyone. I never report class clown. I never report any of you. I mean, you guys had my back when my channel got falsely taken down, and I'll never forget that. If I'm going to handle you, I'll handle you my way. I'm not going to be a bitch and report your account. So, Joe really shit the bed in a ridiculously massive way, and he broke kind of a cardinal rule for me. So I will have absolutely nothing to do with him. This is not going to be one of those situations, unfortunately, where, well, probably for some of you, fortunately. But, you know, I actually really liked Joe in the beginning, and I thought it was fun having him on the server. And I really did like Joe as a person. I thought he was a funny guy. He had a lot of weird quirks, you know, but I thought that it made it him charming. And I think he's a nice, handsome guy, and he's a nice, you know, he can be very friendly and personable, and he's got a lot of redeeming qualities, but unfortunately, he just made a real bad decision, and he betrayed my trust, and he, you know, it's not nice to report, you know, stupid shit. Discord does not read the entire chat, so it doesn't see the context of a comment. So you can be, like, having some fun with your friends and quote-unquote bullying each other, jokingly, and then a troll can spot that comment and pick it out of the group of the chat as a whole, and maybe it seems a little bit sharp or mean, but you're just giving your friend shit, jokingly, but that troll can report that comment, and then Discord doesn't understand that the content, it was a joke. So it can get you a fucking warning. And so what Joe has done is wrong, and he will never be welcome back in the community again, because he's a problem, and that's not cool. Anyone else that does that, by the way, and I find out about it, will be dealt with the exact same way. You'll be excommunicated from the community. There's nothing wrong with reporting someone for an actual issue. If you feel unsafe, please also tell me as well. Don't just report it to Discord. Report it to me. I'm the admin. I want to know, you know, if it's actually an issue. There is nuance. If someone's trolling you, don't fucking cry to me. Go fuck yourself. Do you know who you're talking to? Like, fuck off. No one, I don't think, well, I can say this with a fact. No one has dealt with trolling more than me in my community. Nobody. You are all trolls of mine. You troll me. I've literally, literal as in the literal sense, like underline the word literal, look at the word literal in the definition. I've literally I have had millions, plural, with S at the end, underline that 10 times. Millions of people troll me online. You will get no sympathy from me, especially if you're one of my trolls. That being said, if someone's like sexually harassing you or somehow like hacked your account and got nudes of you, something really fucked up and crazy and criminal, let me know so I can deal with them as well, because I'll report them just like you would, or you should. And I would also, of course, know to ban them. They wouldn't be welcome to my community. Our community. It's my server, but it's our community. What Joe did was unnecessary, and he damaged the community for no reason, no good reason. Nothing was going to happen. Joe was not going to get doxxed. It was an obvious joke. He had a fucking tism meltdown and fucking reported like 10 people and freaked the fuck out. Literally over nothing. It was so stupid. He is a genuine lolcow. He wasn't a lolcow before. Now he actually is a fucking lolcow. Lolcows are people who cannot take jokes. I can take a joke. I can take a joke. I've taken many jokes. I've made jokes, you know. When you cannot take jokes and you get irate over stupid shit, you are legitimately a fucking lolcow. Joe has devolved into the very thing he swore to not become. He swore that he wasn't. He is literally Chow to Chan now. Like, actually a lol cow. But I don't want anything to do with him. But that's his legacy. From my perspective, everyone has their own perspective. But I'm not going to remember, like, I'm just going to remember how that turned out. Like, Joe ended up being a fucking asshole. And a sensitive Karen. And a lol cow. So, it's, is what it is. But that's kind of what it is. That's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not mad at him. I'm really not. I'm just disappointed. And, you know, I'm not going to allow that to become a precedent in my server. I'm not asking you to not report people for actual crimes or, you know, real serious shit. But I'm telling you that if you're just trolling and trying to get people that you had a disagreement with, their account shut down, you're a fucking asshole. Not in like a funny way. You're just a piece of shit. And if I find out about it, you will be removed. You'll be removed from my community. Because I want a place where people can feel free disagreeing with each other and giving each other shit and fucking around. Yeah, like, no, actually. No, it's okay, Hot Bun. You're okay. Yeah, if you can't take a joke, you really shouldn't be on social media, in my honest opinion. Sorry to say. Also, my bad. No, you're fine. No, you shouldn't be. Everyone's ruthless, bro. Like, maybe your mommy and daddy coddled you too much growing up, but, like, the world is, like, full of assholes. And it's full of sweet people, too. Nice people. And maybe you're a nice person who's an asshole sometimes. I'm a nice person. I'm a genuinely nice person. I'm not a bad person. I'm not, you know, a weirdo. I'm not like a diddler, you know. You're not going to ever see me get canceled for, like, talking to a minor. Like, I'm not a fucking weirdo. I'm not a monster. I'm a good guy. And I get trolled a lot online. A lot of people laugh at me for some fucking reason. But I'm not a bad person. Am I an asshole sometimes? Absolutely. Am I smug sometimes? No shit. Okay? Yes, I can be smug. I said tonight I would probably be smug because I won against Trump. Of course I can be smug. Of course I can be an asshole. Is it nice for me to tell you that you're stupid all the time, that I'm smarter than you? Of course it's not nice. Okay, Meemaw? My mom and dad, everyone, like, my family raised me better. I get it. But, like, regardless, though, I'm still a nice person, okay? And I would still stick up for you if I saw someone picking on you, okay? Patrick, Patty360, majorly autistic. We got him a fucking... I made sure. I said it all. I mean, I'm not going to bring it all up. I've done some really nice things for Patty. I love Patty. I'm not ableist. Do I give someone shit sometimes who's autistic? Sure, but I'm not actually ableist. I love, you know, many autistic people. I got no problem with autistic people. Maybe if you're a moron, you're not going to understand the nuance. Okay, ooh, like you're a fucking dumbass. I can't help you there. It's not my fault you're a fucking dumbass. Blame your teacher. I don't fucking know. But, your other teacher. But anyway, everyone's just really stupid. I've come to that conclusion. I'm surrounded by morons. I'm surrounded, genuinely surrounded by people with lower IQs than me. And I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be like sarcastic. I mean, I'm being for real. I genuinely think the majority of you are stupid. Like, dumber than me. Like, legitimately. There's the rare few who I'm like, oh yeah, you're like, intellectually, you're kind of like on a level that I can like actually talk to you. But like the vast majority in my server, I still love all of you. You're still like the community. Like, I still like, I'm not hating on it. Again, like, I'm not always going to be like, you know, it might hurt your feelings me saying that, but I genuinely don't think very highly of the majority of you intellectually. You're just like not. It doesn't mean you're worthless. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy of a friendship. It doesn't mean that you're. I just think that you're dumb. You know, I have many dumb friends in real life, like IRL friends that are like kind of NPCs. You know what I mean? Like, drop a 111 in the live chat right now. And maybe all of you are actually really smart and you just fuck around online. You know what? That's fine. You know what? Fine. That's a possibility. Maybe you're all really smart and you just come online to fuck around and blow off steam, and this is where you choose to do it. So maybe you're really smart, and maybe you're really cool. Maybe, you know, we can have a beer in real life and totally, like, shoot the shit and cut up. And it's, like, all love. But when we're on Discord, you're an asshole to me. Okay, sure. And you don't want to be taken seriously. You don't want to, like, try to be smart or show off you just want to fuck around. Totally fair. Totally fair. I'm not new to the internet. Totally fair. Totally fair. I get that. But like the way I perceive a lot of y'all, very, very dumb. You can prove me wrong, you know, and I'd love it if many of you did. I would love to be proven wrong. But I'm not holding
Cowboys
out
in the showers at
I'm not
Ram
holding out
Ranch on their knees wanting to suck cowboy cock.
I'm really not holding out hope that you guys are going to prove me wrong on that one. I really think a lot of you are pretty stupid people. I think the majority of the populace is pretty dumb. Am I claiming to be Stephen Hawking? No, I'm not claiming to be like a mathematician, like an astrophysicist, but like there's like the way my brain works, the way I think and perceive things, and I'm a deep thinker. I think about things. I don't just like watch reality TV all day. Like, you know, like actual NPC, like drop a 111 if you know real NPCs in real life. And when I say NPC, I don't mean to dehumanize anyone, but like people who are like just obsessed with like sports. They don't really get they're just like totally plugged into bullshit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about when I say NPC. I'm not trying to sound like a cringe lord. I mean like a real proper like I'm not saying someone who's like, you know, I'm not saying you have to be terminally like online, like I'm not saying, but you know what I mean, like actual, like there's nothing that stands out about them. It's just, did you watch this show last night? Like there's nothing going on there. It's just YouTube shorts and TikTok, and that's it. There's no depth. There's no depth there at all. I know many NPCs. And I'm just over these people. And I just feel like there's a lot of them. And I'm not trying to shit on my internet family, you guys, if you will. But I feel like I'm surrounded by morons like Joe. People like Photo Joe. People like, you know, Titanium Taxi. They just are stupid people. Porn-brained. They just watch porn all the time. I'm just like, I don't have anything in common with these people. It's hard to not get cynical when you're me, you know? Because I'm a deep thinker. I look up at the stars at night. When I get out of my car, getting home from the grocery store, I will literally like take a moment to just look at the sky and contemplate my place in the universe. And then I go online and talk to someone. They just want to tell me about some bullshit. I'm just like, okay, cool. I know I sound like Jaden Smith right now. Can we just talk about the social economic fate of the like status of the world right now? Like fuck. Like that's how I know I sound that way. But like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like fuck, bro. What's happening right now?
She wanted to come see you. She just had her dinner.
Okay, don't let her fall, please.
I'm not going to.
I got my baby. Aubrey can tell that I'm grumpy. This is what I'm telling you what's happened just now. Aubrey can tell that I'm being a cranky big baby. And I'm sorry for dishing on you guys. I apologize if I've been a little bit harsher than I need to. I don't really think that you're all stupid. I think a lot of you might be stupid because you're clowns, but you're not, you know. There's a lot of love here for you as well, okay? Don't get it twisted. She brought the ferret, my baby ferret in here, Millie, to make me feel better and to not be such a bitch. Because I'm getting bitchy. I see Millie now, and I'm like, you know, Michael, you're being a bit, you're being kind of a bitch right now, Michael.
Disarmed.
Like, let's cool down, okay? You're getting a little bitchy. You're acting like DC right now, okay? Let's like calm down on the bitchiness.
Disarmed.
Hey, I am sorry for being bitchy, okay? I love all of you guys. I love a lot of you guys, but just a lot of you pissed me off too. But Millie made me feel better. I love you. Yes, you. I love you. Millie says hi. Millie says hi. Hello.
Cute.
Millie says hello. Sorry, let me not yell in your ear. Yeah, I feel better now.
Okay, good.
I feel cool now. I'm cool now. No, there's no shot collar on Millie. Okay, I'm not Hassan. Titanium Taxi. I heard Brass in a video earlier. Can we watch it? Thanks. No. Hot Bun. If you can't take... Yeah. Brass Bus. Real question. I don't know all the details, but as a Christian, shouldn't we forgive those that have wronged us? Absolutely. You can forgive, but you don't have to turn the other cheek and be like, in my opinion anyway, I'm not speaking for everyone. You can forgive someone for wronging you, but that doesn't mean that you have to continue associating with them. You have the freedom to not befriend that person. You need to remove toxic people from your life. Joe is toxic. He's claiming that everyone around him is toxic. Not being very introspective. He's not looking inward. He's kind of a toxic asshole. And a racist. Photo Joe, I'm pretty sure if I'm not mistaken, I've heard video of him screaming out the N-word on multiple occasions. And saying all kinds of ableist things, actually. You know, it's funny. Photo Joe is very autistic. But he is actually incredibly mean to autistic people. And he said that he denounced the label of autistic because he does not want to be associated with autistic people. And he's constantly making distinctions about if you're higher on the spectrum, that you deserve to be treated better than people lower on the spectrum. Because he sees them as, and I'm only using this term to explain Joe, as retarded. He's like, yeah, I'm autistic, but I'm not a fucking retard like these other morons, blah, blah, blah. He's like a real asshole. Joe is like a legitimate piece of shit, actually, now that I think about it. And he's literally ableist. Even though he's not all there himself. It's crazy. He's like real sensitive about it. And like, so I guess in his quest to be seen as equal, even though autistic people are equal to non-neurodivergent people, I mean, you're all people to me anyway. I guess he's like has like that insecurity about being autistic, so he like overcompensates and it's like ends up being a fucking asshole to people with autism. Like really fucking mean. Like really mean to people who are lower on the spectrum or like lesser functioning. I'm not joking either, by the way. I'm not trying to like bury Joe in a bunch of shit. He's actually a fucking asshole. So yeah, fuck Joe. Actually, like unironically, like he's a fucking dick. So anyway, that's crazy. So anyway, nah, I got legitimately no beef with autistic people. I don't really like to view people with autism as autistic people. I prefer to think of them as just people who happen to have autism. You're still a person. You're first a person. And then after that, I can say, oh yeah, well, they have autism. Like, who cares? Yeah, I'm a person who happens to be ginger, who happens to be a YouTuber. Like, I'm a person. But, like, I'm not going to call you an autistic person. I'm going to call you a person because you're a person. You know, you could be my brother or my sister. Like, maybe I have kids one day. Maybe one of my kids is autistic. Knock on wood, I hope they're not. Again, not because I hate autistic people or people with autism. I just don't want my kids to have to overcome these struggles that I know that autistic people face. One of which is, of course, how society perceives you, which is unfair in many ways. I think that I think people with autism deserve dignity and respect and love like any other person. I think that some of the most successful creative people that we have ever had probably were on the spectrum. I wouldn't be shocked if people like Einstein were on this, like, you know. So I'm not like some ableist asshole. Like, I might bring up autism here and there to, like, you know, throw a jab, but like, it's because someone's like being a fucking asshole. They're having like a tism meltdown, like. But I'm not actually like ableist. I love autistic people, bro. But anyway. Yeah, so whatever. Yeah, Joe's a fucking ableist. If anyone's an ableist, it's Joe. Fucking major ableist, bro. Big time hater. But anyway. Blah 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 fucking blah. Aubrey, love your video. Brass, fuck off. But anyway. You know what I've been I love the name Aurora. Maybe that's not your real name. I don't care. If it is, that's cool. If it's not, whatever. It's a cool name to choose anyway. Aurora, first of all, is a fantastic fucking singer. Shout out to Aurora. But also, just like the name is so cool. Aurora. So beautiful. Aurora Borealis, Aurora. I think of ice. I think of snow and ice and like the Aurora Borealis and like magic. Like I think of like an elf. Like an elven woman named Aurora. It's like high fantasy, but it also like doesn't sound cringy. Like being used like a... I already know the name of my daughter. The first daughter I had with Aubrey. If we end up having two, I wouldn't be opposed to naming my second daughter Aurora. But I know the first one. Does anyone know the first name? Like my first daughter's name? What it'll be? What Aubrey and mine's first daughter will be? Well, anyway. I wonder if I've said that out in public. I'm not going to say it, though, just in case. Not that it's like a secret, but whatever. Aurora. There's a fine line between being weird and being a weirdo. Being a weirdo is crossing that line. There's honestly nothing wrong with being weird. It's kind of a euphemism for having your own unique quirks. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with being weird. No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, no, I don't think anything's wrong with being weird. I mean, like, I'd rather talk to someone who's weird than talk to someone who's boring. But anyway. I'm worried about Nazism growing in America. I've been trying to think about how I'm going to handle Nick Fuentes, and I might have to really come back to making videos again because, like, properly. I kind of teased it with like the videos I did a couple months ago. Not it wasn't that long ago, and they did okay. Let me see, what did they do? How were they received? I even forget. Yeah. 30K views, 30. It's not bad. So, like, the channel's, you know, fine. I do need to... I want to address the Nick Fuentes stuff. I don't exactly know how to. He is very influential with the youth. He's also a very angry person. I'm seeing Nazism grow. Like, for real. Unironic Nazism. Not like edgelord shitposting. A lot of anti-Semites. A lot of them.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt.
Aurora. Oh, thank you so much for the kind words, Copper. Aurora is, in fact, my real name. It's a beautiful name. It's a beautiful name, and I mean that for real. I'm being very sincere. Shout out to your mom and your dad or your mom. I don't know your parents' situation, but Whoever named you, Aurora, shout out to them. It's a beautiful name. And shout out to you as well. If you had 2 daughters, it'd be absolutely adorable if you name one of them Aurora. Yeah, I would love that name. I have to run it by Aubrey as well. Yeah, Autumn is the first name of my my first daughter. Is gonna be Autumn. Autumn Lynn, Lynn, after my mom's maiden name, or middle name. Sorry. ALK. 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 Autumn is going to be the name of our daughter. You did remember. Yes, you did. Autumn. Autumn cab. No. She will not be a cab. She will not be on the YouTube at all. I'm going to keep her off of social media. Aubrey and I will. She will not be on YouTube. She'll be reading. I'm going to make sure that she reads many books and she experiences the world as it should be experienced and not on a screen. I want her to be interesting. And I want her to be herself and not be influenced by fake shit on the internet that will only create insecurities and maybe even body issues and just all kinds of dumb shit. I want her to have confidence. I want to raise a young girl who has genuine confidence in herself. Because if you know who you are, like the more you know who you are, the less you let other people's comments bother you. I'm soft quoting one of my favorite films of all time, Lost in Translation. Shout out to Sofia Coppola. I think I want her to be resolute, and I want her to have strength and feel confident in herself and believe in herself and love herself and have like an inner tranquility that will not be found online. None of that will be found online. In fact, I think the opposite is only found online. I think if you learn about yourself and not everyone on the internet like posting bullshit and lies, I think you will become more complete within yourself. I think the internet is largely just a distraction. So at a young age, she's not going to be on the internet. And I'm not going to be posting pictures of her on the internet either. I want my daughter to be able to decide for herself, when she's old enough to. If she wants to be online or not. So, yeah. Obviously, she'll end up being a teenager and yada yada. But, yeah. I want her to be well taken care of. She will not be an iPad baby. Anyway, I've never been able to think of a boy name. I've never been able to think of a boy name. Aubrey and I both have been just so stumped. The only thing I can think of is that I definitely want to incorporate my father-in-law. Some strong male from my wife's side of the family. I want to incorporate it. And either if it's the first name or the middle name, I want to get either something from my father-in-law or my brother-in-law, Aubrey's brother. Like, I want to do something to honor them because these are such wonderful people. I really, man, God has blessed me in many, many, many ways, but
It's pork
that's a
o'clock,
big
Aubrey.
one. God has blessed me. Like, sometimes you just got to lean back and be like, God, you are so awesome. Like, you're so awesome. You're so cool. God has given me an amazing in-law family, and I cannot be more great. I can't be more thankful. Wow, like, whatever you guys are thinking, like, let me tell you, I'm really not overhyping it. Can I just say I'm really not overselling this? my in-laws are fucking awesome. Like, and like it's got nothing to do with like cool shit that they do, but like they're genuinely just really sweet, down-to-earth people who are well-adjusted, have been an amazing, incredible example for Aubrey as far as how a man should treat you, and like a mom. Like my mother-in-law is incredible. She's like, they're both retired. They have been extremely successful in their lives professionally, and Aubrey comes from just such a well-adjusted, like classic nuclear family with a brother, like, and their house is gorgeous and clean and lovely, and my mother-in-law decorates her whole house inside and out for not just Christmas or Halloween, but every single season of the year. St. Patrick's Day, the house is green and like clover placemats, and like the bathrooms are like the towels, and even the hand soap. She's got like a bunch of Scentsy soaps. Like, these are incredible people.
I like to sing it all day
Like, the
long.
effort is
I'll teach
awesome.
you the words, then you can sing along.
But also they take us on cruises like multiple times a year. It's insane. It's fucking insane. Part of my language, really. I don't want to cuss when I'm talking about that. They're just awesome. Like and they're not like stuck up. They're not they're not like awkward at all. They're so cool. Like, they're well adjusted. Yeah, I want to honor them with like a name, some kind of a name. I'd love to get like one of my father-in-law's middle name or something and worked into the son name. But and they're totally cool to YouTube. They totally they love what I do. They think it's cool. They think it's different and unique, and like not in like a oh, that's unique. No, they like really think it's cool, and they brag about it to people, like family, friends, and it kind of makes me feel embarrassed. Because I'm like, well, it's like, it's all right. It's cool. It's like, I'm like the cockiest person ever, but if anyone ever like compliments me in real life, if any of you ever meet me in real life and you like, dude, you're a legend, I'll be like, well, not really. All right. I appreciate it. I get real weird about getting compliments in real life. It's something I've never told anyone. I've never said this online, but I get real awkward. Really awkward. About the only time I do get awkward is when people start showing me a lot of like praise or something in person. I don't know how to accept it. I don't know how to deal with it. I much rather brag on myself obnoxiously than have other people brag on me. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like that. But I'm not being disingenuous. I'm being totally for real right now. I don't hate, but I really dislike for people to brag on me. I don't know why. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I prefer to just brag on myself and look like an asshole, like in that way. Even though it's unbecoming and obnoxious, and I'm aware, I don't know. I feel more comfortable bragging on myself than other people bragging on me. But anyway, Mr. Stupid QS6XP. But anyway, yeah. Whatever. I'm not gonna name one of my kids Finn Titanium. What the fuck are you talking? Finn? No. What's 1 + 1? 11, dumbass. Giga, Chad is a great man's name. Just saying. No, it's not. Fuck off, Chad. You really think that I would name my son after you? Get fucking real. Get fucking bent, dude. I would sooner name my son Trump. Fuck off. Chad Cottrell. Could you imagine that? Fuck off with that shit, dude. Ugh. I know this is totally off topic. Not that there really is a topic right now, but what is going on with this Atlas thing? 28 minutes ago, this just broke. Atlas is showing signs of having an anti-tail. What the fuck does that even mean, an anti-tail?
Cameron.
It has an anti-tail. What does that mean? What the fuck is an anti-tail? And it's saying now that it has non-gravitational acceleration. What does that mean? Non-gravitational acceleration. Is that like an engine? Is revving an engine? What does that mean? How can it have non-gravitational acceleration? Everything in space is accelerated due to literally to gravity, waves in space, like actual gravity. How can it have no fucking... What the fuck does that even mean? It's independently accelerating on it. That means there's an engine, right? Am I tripping? 111 if that means it has an engine, like it has an anti-tail. So it says here, I had to look it up. Astronomers have observed it's now growing a second tail, which appears to point into the direction of the sun. It has to have it's developed an anti-tail and an optical illusion resulting from our is not the ice fragments. I don't know what the fuck this means, bro. Whatever. Poo-poo head. Fuck off with the poo-poo head shit. I'm not a poo-poo head, dumbass. Anyway, I'm you know, I was gonna do a lot of different stuff tonight on tonight's stream. I really was, but I decided. In fact, I was gonna stream earlier too, and I have quite a few things to talk about, like serious shit. But I decided today that I was gonna just kind of just take the day off because I was just, you know, I was stressed out about a few different things. But I will be streaming tomorrow at 2 and 8. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. And not just EBT shit, okay? But yeah, no. I want to do the stream where I bring on white people to apologize for white privilege. I know I said I would do that tonight. I said that yesterday. We'll do that tomorrow. So if you're a white person who wants to apologize for slavery and white privilege and benefiting while black people and people of non-white origin have suffered to some degree, or you know, from various degrees. If you're someone who genuinely wants to take that step and apologize, I'm not like, listen. Okay, again, with the IQ difference here, let me be clear, because there's a lot of people who are going to be like, I ain't apologizing for shit. Let me know when my white privilege card kicks in so I can go and get some free shit. Like, okay. First of all, you must not know what redlining is. You must not understand the concept of, you know, being able to, like, say if you're a man, walk alone at night on the street and not feel in fear for your life. Whereas you don't have to be a feminist to understand that if you're a woman, there is a different level of danger for you walking alone at night out in a city. Men are incredibly horny creatures and have testosterone out the wazoo. Many anyway. And they are more prone to commit acts of sexual violence. By and large. Look it up, okay? Like, can you not, like, deny reality for, like, 5 seconds? So you don't have to be a feminist, per se, like I'm a feminist. You don't have to be a feminist to understand that men and women are treated differently. And women get the shorter end of the stick in different areas. That being one of them. So, anyway, as I was saying, there's a nuance here. I'm not saying that just because you're white, you're a bad person. I'm not saying that you should apologize for, being white necessarily. Obviously, you didn't choose to be born white. What I'm saying is, if you would like to come on my channel and apologize to
It's pork o'clock, Aubrey.
people, maybe even I'll have CBP come on and just chill in the voice chat. Maybe he can be on camera. I can bring on a few black people from the community, have them on camera, and we'll bring in a white person one at a time. And what they can do is they can come on, go on camera, apologize for their ancestors committing acts of violence and being, slavers. Because, it is their family. And you don't have to, I'm not asking you to carry the sins of your father, metaphorically. But it can go a long way, I think, to heal racial divide. In my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, but I just think apologizing for slavery is a nice thing to do. Maybe I'm being a jackass. If I am, you know what I mean? Well, I guess I'm being a jackass. I'm not trying to be. I apologized for slavery back in 2010 or 2011. I made my apology for slavery video. And this is before, being woke was like a trend or whatever. And anyway, I just think it'd be a nice thing to do. So if you guys want to come on, drop a 111 in the live chat. If you're a white person and you're willing to come on stream and apologize directly to Captain Basepants, people like that, black people, drop a 111. If you want to apologize for what your ancestors did to their ancestors, and you want to say, listen, I know that I recognize I benefit from a system that is built for me to lift me up and give me different levels of opportunity. If you want to apologize for white privilege, redlining, what happened to Black Wall Street back in the day. If you don't know that history, you should. All the horrible things that occurred during the civil rights era. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, Drop a 111 in the live chat right now if you're someone who will come on camera and be brave enough to do that. In fact, you know what? I know it's a sensitive thing. You don't have to go on camera. You don't have to go on camera. If you want to apologize and not be on camera, fine. Drop a 333 in the live chat if you're willing to join the voice chat tomorrow. And follow in CopperCab's footsteps and apologize for slavery. In voice chat. You don't have to be on camera. Drop a 333. I'm not a troll, not an actor. Literally not a troll or an actor. I've been called a troll many times. I've been called an actor many times, countless times, and I'm still not a troll. And last time I checked, I'm still not an actor. If I was an actor, I'd be in films. Not an actor. I would be pursuing acting. That's, not what I'm into. I have been called these things so many times that stupid people like yourself, no offense, just thinks that that's reality. But it's so the smarter thing, I'm not going to call you stupid. Maybe you're just misguided. That's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being misguided. Well, I mean, there's something wrong with being misguided. You're being misguided, but Like, you need to ask me. You understand? And I can tell you, no, I'm not a troll. I'm just misunderstood. I'm not an actor. I'm just misunderstood. But anyway. So no one's dropping a 111 or a 333. Okay, well. Okay, Winky Dinks. My ancestors weren't here during slavery. That's fine? Okay, then you don't need to come in the voice chat and say sorry. I'm not trying to force anyone to do something that they're not comfortable with. Satirist. My ancestors weren't in America during the Civil War. We didn't own slaves. Okay. Okay, again. This is a grown woman I'm speaking to. Real estate person. Pretty intelligent lady. Unfortunately, having a bit of an little bit of a hiccup there with her intelligence. She is misunderstanding. So I'm saying you don't have to do that. You don't have to join the voice chat. I said, or I guess I'll say this now, I don't think every white person has ancestors who owned slaves in America, okay? Just like not every black person in America has ancestors that were slaves. Pretty logical, okay? Try to keep up. Wake up, okay, everyone? I'm saying if you're someone, but I will say this, even if you didn't have slaves, even if your ancestors didn't have slaves, satirist, you being a white person in America in 2025, you still benefit from white privilege. You still benefit from the white systemic racism. You do. Denying that reality is wrong. You should apologize. You won't, but, you know. I'm not going to say you should apologize, but I'm just going to say, I won't say that you should, but, you know. It is what it is. Again, I guess many of you are Turbo, you're failing to understand. Satirist, you're also failing to understand. Like I said earlier, I'm surrounded by people who are not, you know, never mind. Whatever, dude. I've already said this. Just dumb people, basically. I don't want to ramble about it. Again, Brass Bus found old B-roll of you as an actor. Okay, well, let's check it out. Okay.